Okay, so yeah, that's good enough for somebody to see if they want to be more of on the operation side, or they want to be more on a policy side of it, or maybe the governance. So it depends, and they can start from anywhere. It depends if they have the basic skills, which I always tell them they got to have very good understanding of operating system, the network, and the new
Yeah.
technologies. If you want to be more of a hands-on, your direction is operations. If you're going to be on the other side, but in my opinion, who's starting their career, you got to have some hands-on, because that's something really help you along your way throughout the career. And I've seen those
Absolutely.
people. So uh, development is very common in countries like Pakistan, because all most of the work get outsourced. All the big financials, or all the big companies, all the brainstorming and that kind of work, it happens here. But most of the stuff we talk about development and all that happens, like app development, you name it, and with websites. So there is a huge area where is lucrative, and also countries like our country, Pakistan, where is a demand, uh, but our neighboring country really doing a good job. So the point I want to come and cover in the last few minutes is about talk us about there are standard for OWASP, what it is in 2 minutes, and then we go to vulnerability scanning and penetration testing.
Okay, so first thing, before I go into these technical things, I would like to say one thing. Hey, there are two ways how you do the development. One thing is that you just develop a product and then think about the security later on. That's we call bolting on the security. Okay, this is a good approach. This is a good functional approach, but probably this is not a good security approach, because you are always playing a catching up game. Your product is ready and now you're thinking, oh, I have a gap, fill it. I have a gap, fill it. What you're doing, you are overburdening your product probably, and then its performance will go down, efficiency will go down, it'll take more time to develop, you'll be doing a lot of troubleshooting, a lot of patching, all these issues. What can you do? Bake in the security. So when you are creating the architecture, when you are doing the designing of the project, or in a product, you should think about the security, how you would implement it.
Right.
Okay, so can you point me towards anything that tells me about that? OWASP, Open Web Access things. Like, oh, and OWASP is not the only framework. There are a lot other frameworks.
Yep.
You can do secure codings. You can do testing. Once you have done your development, go for a rigorous testing. Your
Right.
workbenches and your test scripts should not only be testing the functionalities, that
Yeah.
if the forms are working, if the buttons are working, how the
Right.
security been implemented. And then in some other session, we'll talk very detailed about the application security, and then penetration testing and vulnerability scans. So if you come to cybersecurity, you'll hear some colorful terms like red
Right.
team, blue team, and I don't know,
Yeah.
there's another team called purple team. I do not
Purple
know.
team, orange team. Yeah.
Orange team.
That
So I really do not know
evolving.
what
Yeah.
all these teams are, but
Right.
yeah, I know kind of, but this is a funny thing. But so yeah, you got red team, blue team. Red team do the testing or attacks. Your blue team do the defense. Purple team is a
Right.
mix of all. So you should have all these.
Right.
I know this is a budget constraint. You cannot have all the teams in your environment, but at least have the functions ready.
So let's talk about little bit on penetration testing. Why people do it, and vulnerability scanning. Why do they do it?
So vulnerability scanning is a very important thing, because the first thing is that you need to identify what is in your environment, what is your asset base, and what potential weaknesses do you have. Hey, remember, you implement a product, whether it's a network product, whether it's is a computer, is a user end product, you implement and you forget it, and and then generally with every passing day, the threat landscape is changing. So once the threat landscape change, you may have a new hole in your environment that you may never know. Threat hunting comes into the play. We'll talk about threat hunting some other session. So that's why you need to do a vulnerability scan. So you have to keep watching what is a new vulnerability. Use a good tool like Tenable, Coalesce Scan. They are for the network, they are for the application, and then continuously evaluate yourself where you are standing right now. Once
Right.
you have done that, patch them, fix those problems. What is the penetration testing? Go get some guys who really are hacking mindset oriented, and let them break your system. It's better to broken by someone who will tell you what they have broken into, and then you can
Right.
fix it, other than somebody else coming in, breaking into your system, and really making you look bad. So
Right.
what is penetration testing? Penetration testing are generally third-party guys who have a bunch of tools. They come into your environment, either come into your environment or remotely do the testing of your system, depending on what you want to test, an internal application or an internet-based application, internet-facing application. And then they give you a very good report, and then on the basis of that, you do whatever is required to fix them.
Right. Okay. So certification for a starter, somebody who want to start certification. Give me a few.
Okay, a few. I would say go for Security Plus first of all. Why CompTIA Security Plus? Because it's a very good basic certification. It covers all 8, 9, 10 domains of cybersecurity, like the application security, cryptography, physical security, and all other stuff. So it's a very good beginning guide for you, and you get an understanding what is happening in the world. And then after that, there are the whole verticals where you can go if you want to be a penetration tester. CEH, okay, CEH is not bad, but OSCP is the god of the certifications. If you want to go towards governance and IT audits, CISA is the one. If you want to increase your cross-domain ability, go for CSSP. We'll talk about them later on in other classes. And then, of course, cloud is the new big thing. So go AWS Cloud Security, go Azure Security, go Google Security. So, and then once you have done those, that is a vendor agnostic, you can go for the specific product related securities, like maybe certifying in qualies, maybe certifying in forensics. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about the forensics, the whole big field. And forensics itself is a whole domain in cybersecurity. And I tell you guys, this is the most lucrative one that I have seen. And then there are a lot of tools in case. But I would say start with Security Plus. This should be your benchmark. Go get it. It is not hard. 3 months into it, you can do it. And there are a lot of online resources available. I tell you, you can really use them.
Okay. Any last comment you want to add or take away?
Any last comment? I tell you. Someone has said that do not go where the puck is right now. So puck is the ball that is used in the ice hockey. Follow the puck. See where the trend is going. So you should. So the trend is cybersecurity. The trend is big data. The trend is cloud. Yes, cybersecurity is the current thing, and the big data and cloud are the next big things. See the trend. They are the paradigm shifts. Follow the trail and follow on the course. Just give yourself enough ample time, do a couple of certifications. I tell you guys, this market is definitely gonna flourish for sure. There is no second thought on that.
All right. So before I wrap up, I want to add a couple of things, and then we will be able to just close this. So thank you, Imran, again. I appreciate your time, your knowledge sharing with all of us.
My
And
pleasure.
any people who do have any question, put them on our Facebook page. We'll try to answer. I'm gonna put a post video again, like every week, and we'll have some question around that. And on platform of Skillforce Cloud, I plan on recruiting some students to give them guidance in your career development, and that will based on the answer you provide in our YouTube, and we will select accordingly. And the idea is that to get you ready for the market with the information we want to provide. Second thing, again, if there are a ton of jobs available even online, so you don't have to find a job in Pakistan. You can find remote job. There are lucrative jobs. You can go in the neighboring countries, Middle East, wherever. So these are the hard skills. There is no way you can go wrong with those. With big data, IoT, 5G, you name it, this is going to grow exponentially. And just for the record, for in US, there are already 5 million jobs in the next couple of years. So that's the demand only in US. So just imagine the worldwide is going to go big, very big. So make sure you have the certification, as he mentioned, Security Plus. But even if you're not in IT background, if you're even university college student, you gotta learn operating system. You gotta learn networking, because what you're going to secure in a nutshell, you're securing the operating system. You're going to secure the network. You're going to secure the apps. So you have to have that foundation knowledge, and just don't do it for the sake of certification. What we say, learn it, study it, and then earn this certification and show with your skills when the hiring manager is going to hire you, you are able to deliver those things. So it's a whole career development session. We can talk about future posts. But that being said, you cannot go wrong with that. If there are any university colleges not offering this program, go online, learn online. Tons of free stuff available on YouTube. But this CompTIA Plus Security Plus syllabus is very structured. It will
Yeah.
tell you what is going to be covered and plan accordingly. And that's being
And
said,
Adnan, just one more thing. If you find YouTube videos a little disorganized, there are very cheap resources. Trust me, 10-20 bucks, you can get a very good course. I think
yeah.
it's a worth investment.
So what I add is here for the students there. If you go to a college, I don't know the price range, 800,000 rupees to 1600,000. 8 lakh से 16 lakh जो price point है एक average university college का 4 year degree program. Just add 100,000 for example. Invest in yourself. If you are going to college, if you go to college, do studying and get these skills and certification on top of that adds value. So certificate important if you have experience. So we'll talk about it. It's a very detailed conversation. But
Of
that's being
course.
said, thanks for tuning in. As usually, we just want to keep this session short, specific, and want to give you the maximum knowledge. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comments. And for future topic, if you're interested in, definitely all the hosts are there. We'll try to come again and have more session.
And
I appreciate again. Thank you, Imran. I really appreciate it.
and one more thing is, trust me, it's very hard to keep it short because we have so much passion in this industry. You just want to go and go on, on that topic. But
Yeah, but
that's
that's
what
the
it is,
feedback.
right?
Yeah, that's why we want to do multiple session. That's the
Exactly.
feedback I've got from so many to keep it limited,
Oh yeah,
not
of
to
course.
have one. But again, no issues with adding more and more because cybersecurity, if you can do it, or information security, I can see myself putting 52 shows for the next 52 weeks for which is a 1 year.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why not? Let's do
Right.
it. Yeah. Sure.
All right. So thank you again, and then we'll come back in the next week with another topic. Thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
a lot, guys. Have fun.